What is up? Today, I want to talk to you about the power of having some personality inside of your woodworking business. Let's get started. All right, well, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As you might see, we're in a brand new studio today, and so this studio is actually in my house, and it's going to be doubling as what my wife would like to retain as a usable space for anybody that comes over and hangs out, and also our new recording studio for the Handmade Business Secrets podcast and for this YouTube channel. So super excited to be in a new space, and we got lots of good stuff coming your way moving forward with some pretty cool content that I think you're really gonna like. And so in today's video, I want to talk to you really about the power of having some personality inside of your woodworking business. And so I see this as a huge struggle for so many guys because most woodworkers chose woodworking because they can go out to the shop and they don't have to talk to anybody. It's just them working with wood all day, which doesn't talk back, and a lot of guys really enjoy that, right? And so the problem is that in order to grow a woodworking business, you need to have a little bit of personality. You need to be able to know how to connect with your clientele, give them a feeling of confidence if they're going to move forward with you and work with you on a consistent basis. And so I want to give you some tips and some tricks today to really bring out the best in your personality, even if you're introverted. And so I know a lot of you guys may think that, oh, well, Zach, this is easy for you. You're extroverted. You love talking to people. Honestly, I don't. I'm not super extroverted. Talking to people tends to drain me of my energy, and the older I get, the more introverted I become. And so if you're trying to grow a woodworking business, it's going to require you to connect with people. And if you are watching this and you're like, I just absolutely hate this, I refuse to do it, well, then you need to find somebody that can, and you need to give them equity in your company. But I can say without a doubt that by having a personality that connects with people, or by empowering and hiring somebody that has a really strong personality or a great personality that can connect with people, this made a huge difference in my business and the success of my business. And so I want to give you 4 tips today on how to develop your personality so that you can connect better with customers and ultimately sell more of your goods or services. And so number 1 is leave a great first impression. This is so important, whether you're connecting with somebody on Facebook chat or on the phone or in person. You want to be extremely friendly. I see this a lot of times that guys are just super transactional during their first interaction with a client. And so the number 1 thing that I'm trying to do when I'm connecting with a client for the very first time, offer exceptional customer service, be super friendly, be super warm and inviting, and find something in common with that customer. You know, whether it be a place that they visited, where they're from, how many kids they have, what type of style they like, whatever it might be that you can find a way to connect with them, always try to connect with me. You know, I love that as well. It's so funny. My 3 kids, blah, blah, blah. My spouse, blah, blah, blah. Finding ways to connect and build a rapport is going to be mission critical in the long run, ultimately helping them to trust you and move forward with your business, okay? So number 1 is you want to leave a great first impression, okay? Number 2 is you want to connect with them. Okay, so there's a really great book. It's one of the best books that he's ever written, and he's written a lot of them. John Maxwell wrote a book called Everybody Communicates, Few Connect. But in that book, he basically explains the fact that we're all talking all the time, but very few people are connecting on an emotional level. I've gotten the chance to see him speak live now probably 4 or 5 times. And when I see him speak live, one of the things that John always does is he says, "Hi, my name is John, and I'm your friend." And it sounds so cheesy, but he's this older gentleman, and he's warm, and he's inviting, and he seems so real and relatable that by just connecting with his audience, they're immediately opening up their hearts to receive whatever he has to give them. Now, John could just walk up there and be like, hey, here's all the leadership principles that you need to start implementing to be a better leader. Well, he still has the same exact material that's really good, but by connecting and by being warm and inviting with his audience and being relational, man, it makes a huge difference. It opens up the hearts of the people to receive whatever they have to say. And so there's this old quote that says, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And this is so true in business. And so all the people that I see crushing it in a major way in business are very relational people. They connect with people. They are warm and inviting, whether they're extroverted or they're introverted. And so this really comes down to knowing where they're at, knowing what they're trying to accomplish, and not just providing solutions, but also being a friend through that time. Okay, so connecting. Everybody communicates, few connect. You should check out that Maxwell book. I think it would really help you. Okay, number 3, here's a third tip to really develop your personality and connect with people, and that is to smile. It's to smile as you're talking, to smile as you're on the phone with somebody, or even to smile as you're sending out a message. I know this sounds crazy, but when you smile as you're communicating, you're naturally going to smile in a lot friendlier way, okay? So by smiling, by raising your eyes up as you talk, you're going to immediately be more responsive, you're going to be warmer, you're going to be more friendly. And by smiling, it's going to open a door for them to also connect with you. If you're super serious, if you're figuring the numbers and trying to figure things out, and you always have a scowl on your face, it's just going to create these undertones in the conversation of a lot of seriousness, of maybe some frustration. So make sure you're smiling as you communicate. It makes a big, big difference. And it's honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's one of the things that I struggle with, because as I'm thinking, I'm not really thinking about smiling. I know if you go and you look through all my videos, I'm probably not smiling as much as I should be, but smiling is going to help you. It's a very simple thing, but it's going to help you dramatically to connect and develop your personality when dealing with clients, with customers, okay? And then number 4, this one is probably one of the most important ones, and that is to always provide or give before you ask. So Gary Vaynerchuk wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And the whole concept behind that book is, as a business owner, we always want to provide a lot of value before we come in with the right hook, which is asking for the sale or asking for their business. And so by constantly providing value, it makes it a no-brainer for the client to move forward with you. So one of the most important things that we can do is make sure that we're always providing a ton of value in the interaction. That's one of the reasons, guys, that I create free content, because I want to always provide way more than I ever ask for. Now, what would I be asking for? Well, I'd be asking for you to opt in to one of the things that we offer, our free book, a couple of our different programs, things that we offer, the ways that we actually monetize and make money, right? But I want to offer you so much free value that you think, man, if he's willing to give this much away, how much more helpful and beneficial is it working with him one-on-one? That's really my goal, and it should be your goal as well inside of your woodworking business, to offer such great customer service, to go above and beyond, to send stain samples, to meet them at their house and measure for them, to provide so much value on the front end that when it's time to ask for the sale, it's a no-brainer for the customer. Guys, I'll say this, my generation, the generation that's coming up underneath us, a lot of us have really lost the ability to connect with people. We've really lost the ability to connect on an emotional level, and this leaves a huge gap in the marketplace for somebody that just knows how to look somebody in the eye, shake their hand, be super friendly, be super warm and inviting. It's going to make it 10 times easier to dominate your competition out there, okay? So being somebody that people enjoy doing business with, that's the main thing that I would say, is that if people like working with you, you're going to sell a lot more people, you're going to sell a lot more products, and you're going to have a much greater time scaling your business. And so hopefully this is helpful. If this is helpful to you, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear just your experience with, maybe times that you were too transactional, or times where you were warm and friendly and inviting, and how that made a difference inside of your business. As I mentioned earlier, a couple things that we do have for you before you go is, if you have not yet checked out the Handmade Business Secrets ebook, you should check that out. It's completely free to you. You can just click the first link in the description below, in your first name, email, download that, and it's really just a step-by-step roadmap of my own journey scaling my woodworking business and how you can do the same thing. The second thing is the Handmade Hero Academy program. If you're really stuck doing just a couple $100 a month to a couple $1,000s a month, you're really wanting to scale between $5,000 and $10,000, that's really the first step, first goal for you. I really cannot recommend that program enough. Be sure to go check that out. And then lastly is, if you are really trying to scale into the tens of thousands of dollars per month inside of your woodworking business, be sure to check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. We're working with tons of guys all over North America, helping them scale their woodworking business, and I would love for you to join us. And so with that being said, guys, I appreciate you as always, and I will see you in the next one.